Greetings and good morning. It is day 106 on the Appalachian Trail and I'm enjoying a beautiful sunrise here. Got a really good night's sleep last night at the shelter. Well, I wasn't in the shelter, I was tenting nearby. Had a wonderful conversation with the ridge runner that was there. And today I have hopefully an easy 6 miles down into Delaware Water Gap. I will probably go ahead and touch New Jersey just to say Pennsylvania's done, but we'll see when we get down there. I'm not sure what all to expect when I get down there. I'm also planning to dial back my miles a little bit. I'll talk more about that here in a few minutes, but I'm gonna slow my roll for a couple days because these rocks are they're just killing me. They're just killing me. So let me give you an update on my shoes. I should have talked a little bit about that last night or yesterday afternoon. So the soles are holding up. Wait a minute, I'm not on trail. I don't think. Yeah, I'm on trail. So the soles are holding up. I thought a lot about it yesterday as I was walking, and because I mean you got a lot of time to think. They're holding out. I'm not at this point too concerned about them making, at least at this point, 5 miles down to Delaware Water Gap. I also noticed a separation on my other shoe. So both shoes have a separation in the same point. I spent a lot of time yesterday trying to map out, okay, what's my exit point if they completely fall apart. There were several parking lots where I think I could have gotten a shuttle. One to kind of beat myself up for. Should I gone ahead and just gotten a shuttle and gone on in and got new shoes, but you know the soles seem to be holding up. And anyway, a lot of anxiety about that yesterday. It started me thinking even more. Hold on, my shoes started me thinking even more. What if that happened and you're 15, 20 miles from nowhere and you truly did have a failure in your shoe? It did fall apart. Could you imagine walking this trail with no shoe? And I never see any hikers talk about carrying backup hiking shoes. I'm starting to wonder, should I go ahead and just carry another pair of shoes in my backpack? I mean, that's be a lot of weight to carry, but what if you're in the middle of nowhere and your shoe falls apart? I don't know. You don't hear about that. At least I've never heard it happening to anybody. Anyway, I just cannot imagine hiking this trail with no shoe. I guess eventually it'd be so bloody you'd have to call a SAR team. The other thing that's heavy on my mind is the mileage. Oh wow, look at the sun as it's coming through the leaves there. The this last 100 miles, I mean, I'm just gonna be honest, it almost ended my hike. It was tough. And part of it was, it's just a tough trail, but part of it was my fault in that I probably approached it a little bit too aggressively, at least for me. And so I mean, if I continue pushing miles through these rocks, my hike's going to be over. So either physically or mentally. So I'm going to dial back the miles just a little bit going into New Jersey. Maybe plan on a couple days with just 12 milers. Now, I was getting to the point where I was so exhausted and so miserable, I wasn't enjoying anything about the trail. Nothing. So I'm going to dial back the miles a little bit. And part of me is feeling a little bit disappointed about that, because I was starting to really get some good miles in. It was, I mean, I was tired at the end of the day, but I could do 20 miles, no problem. But this type of terrain, I don't know, other people can do it, I just can't. It's a different movement with your legs. It's not a rhythmic, get your cadence and go. You're adjusting each step. And I think it's almost like a different set of muscles. I mean, it's going back and forth just as much as I'm going forward. I'm going back and forth so much that my phone's battery is going down because it's thinking it's the motion of me picking up my phone. So anyway, I'm going to dial back my miles for a couple days. Supposedly the rocks don't end at the state line, they continue. And I've been told about 30 to 40 miles or so is about halfway into New Jersey. New Jersey's 70 miles, so that takes you halfway is about 35 miles, so I guess that makes sense. Anyway, 30 to 40 miles, the rocks continue once I get into New Jersey, and I'm just going to dial back the miles and hopefully enjoy my hike a little bit more. I believe this is the Mount Mincy. Not sure I'm pronouncing that right. Overlook. Let's see if I can get it. Check out the clouds down in Delaware Water Gap floating by. Oh, it's the Delaware River right there. And I am close to getting to Delaware Water Gap. Sorry. The trail down here turns to the right, but my breakfast spot is to the left. But I think I've got to go touch New Jersey. So I'm going to take a right down here and go under the bridge. I need to be able to say Pennsylvania's complete. I know I'm probably going to have to hike all this again in the morning. I'm pretty sure I am. But I just need to be able to say Pennsylvania's complete. It was a tough hike in Pennsylvania, especially the last 100 miles. You might be thinking, well, tie-dye, that was silly. You're just gonna have to do it again in the morning. But I needed that emotional win. Pennsylvania is complete. Let's go get some breakfast. Here in Delaware Water Gap, I had the most delicious breakfast at the Village Farmer Apple Pie Bakery. And yeah, it was breakfast. I had a breakfast sandwich and hash browns that were delicious, but I also, if you eat at Apple Pie Bakery, you've got to have some apple pie. So I had some apple pie and ice cream. And let me tell you what, it was so good. Let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about with the soles of my my shoes there. This piece right here became separated. This was my left foot, and this was happened 2 days ago, or at least I noticed it 2 days ago. But it held up. I mean, I still went 20 miles on the rocks with that separation there. Now my other shoe, it's not this bad at all, as bad, but I noticed this morning that it's got a little separation right here. So that's what happened with my topos. And you know, it was 100 miles of really tough rocks. Well, all of Pennsylvania was tough, and did a number on my shoe there. And that was time to get a new shoe, but I'd hoped I could take it just a couple more days. I just needed 4 more days. Now luckily, sitting in the woods, I ordered a pair of Saucony, I don't even remember what kind of trail runners these are, but my options were limited from having them delivered in just 2 days. So I've got a pair of shoes. They seem to fit fine. They feel good. I'm not sure if I'll wear these or wear my old topos until they truly die. I can't decide. You know, I get a little bit nervous about new shoes I've never tried before. What are going to be the blister consequences of them? So I'll take both shoes tomorrow, and when I'm back on the trail, and I don't know, just see what happens. Just see what happens. So I'll close out the day. It was day 106. I am in Delaware Water Gap. Well, actually, I'm in Stroudsburg, which is basically a much larger town across the river. And I am staying at a Hampton Inn. I had several things I needed to do this afternoon, upload some videos. I needed to do a resupply and eat some food and talk to my trail angel. But I'll be back on trail bright and early in the morning. You know, I came off of the mountain there to the Delaware River and had to go to the bridge and had to put my foot across into New Jersey. So I can truly say Pennsylvania is done, it's complete, and tomorrow we begin to tackle New Jersey. Take care. Good night.